Here are today's numbers in the news.
300.
That's the estimated number of people who attended a public meeting about the opioid crisis last night. There were a lot of suggestions, a lot of discussion, but there aren't a lot of concrete answers just yet. Public health officials and police representatives and others spoke to the audience. There are moves that are being made to get pills off the streets. More naloxone kits are being given to paramedics and emergency responders. But some parents said there's a lack of treatment available even to teenagers who want to quit drugs. Meanwhile, police have confirmed that 14-year-old Chloe Cottville's death is linked to fentanyl. It appears Chloe took Percocet pills that were laced with fentanyl. She may have believed she was taking Percocet and unwittingly consumed fentanyl. The pills she took were marked Percocet 5, but police think they were counterfeit.
11,000.
That's how many drug and alcohol tests the Toronto Transit Commission has carried out since 2010. The transit company's current policy is to test employees and prospective employees under very specific circumstances, but the conclusion it's reached, according to documents obtained by the Toronto Star, is that drug and alcohol use continues to be a significant problem within the transit service. They describe it as a threat to its safe operation and to the safety of the public. The TTC is currently battling with its union over a plan to have random testing of employees. Over a 7-year period, there were 291 documented incidents in which employees' behavior raised safety concerns. The TTC suspects the drug or alcohol use was a factor in half of those almost 300 incidents. An investigator concluded there is a culture of drug and alcohol use at the TTC, and that there were 45 incidents of employees using or trafficking alcohol and drugs while they were at work, including marijuana, cocaine, heroin, prescription drugs like OxyContin. The union, meanwhile, says the TTC's assertions are absolutely false.
$10,000.
That's how much Kevin O'Leary's campaign will be fined for refusing to participate in a Conservative leadership debate in Edmonton tonight. O'Leary says he doesn't like the format because it doesn't allow for proper debate between the candidates. Some of his opponents say he's worried about the fact that it's a bilingual debate. The other 13 candidates are expected to be there. This is the final debate organized by the party before the membership votes on May 27th, 3 months from yesterday. Meanwhile, there was lots of reaction on social media yesterday to a video released by Kelly Leach. She talks about her plan to screen immigrants to Canada with face-to-face interviews. But her delivery and the production values in the video are what generated the most attention, with some people saying that it looked amateurish and strange.
69.
That's how many stories comprised the Trump International Hotel and Tower, Vancouver. The hotel officially opens today, and Donald Trump's two sons, Eric and Donald Jr., will be there in Vancouver. Protests are planned. The mayor of Vancouver says he will not attend, nor will any of the city councilors who are members of the mayor's party. The mayor actually tried to have the Trump name removed from the building a while ago, but that effort failed. There will be heavy security at this event from both the Secret Service and the RCMP.
480,000.
That's about how many kilometers two people will travel into space next year if all goes according to plan. SpaceX, the company founded by Elon Musk, announced yesterday that two people approached the company about sending them on a week-long flight beyond the moon. The price of the trip and the participants' identities are being kept secret for now, but Musk said they have paid a significant deposit. He said the pair will receive extensive training before the mission, and that the intent is for it to be an autonomous flight with no crew on board. And they won't land on the moon. They will continue past the moon without landing there and then return to Earth.
83.
That's how many years the accounting firm PwC has been overseeing the voting at the Academy Awards. It's a relationship they have promoted extensively as proof of their integrity, their accuracy, and their confidentiality. But now, PwC's brand is under threat because of the blunder at the Oscars. There are multiple reports that the firm is in damage control mode because of that high-profile mistake. The firm provided a more detailed explanation last night of what went wrong, specifying that it was one of their partners, Brian Cullinan, who gave the wrong envelope to the presenters of the Best Picture Award. They went on to say, once the error occurred, protocols for correcting it were not followed through quickly enough by Mr. Cullinan or his partner. The blunder has touched off lots of response on social media. Some people call the firm Pricewaterhouse bloopers. Other people say PwC stands for providing wrong card. But there are experts who are saying there could be real damage to the firm's brand.
250,000.
That's an estimate of how many birds died in Ottawa last year from hitting windows. A group called Safe Wings Ottawa brought a display of dead birds to Ottawa City Hall yesterday, lining them up in rows. And they say the number is going to grow because of the new glass structure being added to the National Arts Centre. The architects say they've taken steps to deter birds from flying into the glass, but the advocacy group says it's not enough, according to a report by the CBC.
459.
That's how many metric tons of stuff the King of Saudi Arabia is bringing with him on a visit to Indonesia this week. King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud is going for 9 days, and he's bringing more than 1 million pounds of luggage, including 2 Mercedes-Benz limousines and a couple of electric elevators. The company that is looking after all the cargo says it has 572 people working on it. This is the same king, by the way, that booked all 222 rooms of the luxury Four Seasons Hotel in Washington when he went to the American capital in 2015.
30.
That's how many hours remain until the NHL's trading deadline. The Senators made a move yesterday, acquiring veteran forward Alex Burrows from the Vancouver Canucks. There's talk they could make another trade before the deadline arrives tomorrow afternoon. Forward Curtis Lazar is one of the players who might move. Ottawa lost 5-1 to Tampa last night. Montreal won, so that means the Senators are now 4 points behind the Canadiens in the Atlantic Division.
7.4.
That is the record high temperature for February the 28th in Ottawa. It was set in 1983. The forecast high for today is +7. So there is a chance we could get close to the record, maybe even break it. We could have up to 25 millimeters of rain in the next day or so as well. And spring has not yet arrived. For all of you who think the snow is going to disappear now forever, on Saturday the forecast high is -10. Coming up, City Councillor Alan Hubley will join us to talk about the opioid crisis.
You're listening to Ottawa Today. Mark will be right back.